Assalamualaikum and good morning to all my students. So this week we're going to enter a new chapter 2, which is about industrial wastewater treatment and disposal. So last week we have covered chapter 1, okay, about hydrological cycle, how water can remain in our ecosystem. And also we have learned about the characteristic of water in terms of physical, biological and chemical properties of water. And also, what is the meaning of water pollution? Okay, so water pollution is when the water having some impurities in such quantity. So in chapter 2, we are going to learn about how to treat the wastewater, okay, and how to dispose the wastewater after we treat. So now look at the course outline of chapter 2. At the end of this chapter, the students should be able to explain in detail section 25 and 29 in EQA 1974. And also the students should be able to clearly explain regulation related to IETS in IER 2009. Okay, Industrial Effluent Treatment System, IETS, in Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009. And then number 3, the course outline, able to explain the IECS procedure, explain in detail function of each equipment for primary, secondary and tertiary treatment plant, able to design grid chamber, primary and secondary clarifier, aeration tank and also sludge thickening, explain sludge treatment and disposal, and lastly, the student should be able to explain the wastewater disposal and reuse. Okay, now we are going to learn about the legal requirement for wastewater pollution control. For Malaysia, we used to have Environmental Quality Act 1974. Okay, this is EQA 1974, and also Environmental Quality Sewage Regulation 2009. And number 3, Environmental Quality Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009. This is IER, Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009. And next, we will look at the section 25 of EQA 1974. Yang ni yang dia punya regulation, yang the main regulation. And in this EQA 1974, kita ada section 25 untuk cover for water pollution, and also section 29. Section 29 focus on the control of pollution of Malaysian waters, while section 25 provide general provision for the control of pollution of inland water. Okay, so what's the difference? Inland water refer to reservoir, lakes, rivers, streams, okay, etc. And also subsurface water. Okay, contohnya kalau ada kilang, okay, and then they produce wastewater, so kita akan cover under inland water. While for Malaysian waters, refer to the territorial water of Malaysia, which practically understood that extend 12 nautical miles from the shore. Ni about border lah, okay, border dengan our jiran-jiran negara kita. Contohnya Thailand, okay, Indonesia. So itu akan cover under section 29, which is cover focuses on the control of pollution of Malaysian waters. Okay, now look at section 25, restriction on pollution of inland water. So under this section, no person shall, unless licensed, emit, discharge or deposit any environmentally hazardous substances, pollutants or waste into any inland water. Okay, so tak boleh emit any pollutants. Okay. So without limiting the generality of subsection 1, a person shall be deemed to emit, discharge or deposit waste into inland water if he places any waste in or on any waters or in a place where it may gain access to any waters. Okay, ini about regulation untuk mengelakkan wastewater dump into contohnya streams, lakes. Okay. And then for section 29, prohibition of discharge of waste into Malaysian waters. So as I mentioned before, ni untuk cover kita punya border dengan negara-negara jiran. Okay. And then for Environmental Quality Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009, okay, this is IER 2009. Okay, ni kita akan look into detail. Okay, so these regulations under IER 2009 ni ada 33 regulation. There are 33 regulations under Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009. Okay, the first one is citation. What is citation? So citation means IER 2009. This is the short form. So you must know the full meaning of IER 2009, which is Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009. The meaning of IER 2009, the citation. Okay. And then number 2, interpretation. So under this regulation, mostly industrial effluent refer to any waste in the form of liquid or wastewater generated from manufacturing processes, including the treatment of water for water supply or any activity occurring at any industrial premise. Okay, and then itu maksud industrial effluent, where the wastewater is generated from manufacturing process. Next, mixed effluent means any waste in the form of liquid or wastewater containing both industrial effluent and sewage. Okay. And number 3, the terms used is sludge, means any deposit of particulate matter settled from any liquid, including deposit resulting from physical, chemical, biological, or other treatment of water. Okay. Next, the meaning of sewage, parameter, batch discharge, and also industrial effluent. Okay, you need to know the meaning of sewage, where it means that any liquid waste or wastewater discharge containing human, animal, domestic, or putrescible matter in suspension or solution. Okay, include liquids containing chemicals in solution either in the raw, treated, or partially treated form. So what does it mean by parameter? So parameter means chemical oxygen demand or any of the factors shown in the first column of 5th schedule. Okay, so later we will look at what is the meaning of 5th schedule. And next is batch discharge, means any controlled discharge of a discrete volume of industrial effluent or mixed effluent. Meaning by batch lah. Okay, the wastewater by batch. And number 7, industrial effluent treatment system means any facility including the effluent collection system designed and constructed for the purpose of reducing the potential of the industrial effluent or mixed effluent to cause pollution. Okay, industrial effluent treatment system, IETS. Okay, the short form is IETS. Okay, that is for number 2. Okay, next is Regulation 3, the application. So what does it mean, Regulation 3? So these regulations shall apply to any premise which discharge or release industrial effluent or mixed effluent onto or into any soil or into inland waters or Malaysian waters other than premise as specified in the first schedule. Okay, so regulation number 3 is very important. There are some calculation in this regulation. Okay, the application. So what lies in this regulation? The first one is sources which generate raw effluent for the following are subjected to IER. So there are, if you look at this regulation, there are 6 items that you must follow in order for the wastewater to be treated or not. Okay, so we have to look at these 6 items. Okay, the first item is the BOD load of the effluent of more than 6 kg per day. So if the BOD of the water more than 6 kg per day, so the water must be treated. Okay, so item number 2, the suspended solid load of the effluent more than 6 kg per day. Okay, so if the calculation shows that suspended solid load more than 6 kg per day, so the wastewater must be treated. So item number 3, the sum total of BOD and SS load of the effluent more than 6 kg per day. Okay, let's say number 1 and 2 just now, 3 plus 2, which is 5. So if 5, is it more or less than 6 kg? Less, right? Okay, so if all those 6 items less than which is stated here, so no need to do wastewater treatment. Okay, look at number 4, the effluent discharge volume of 60 meter cube per day or more. Okay, so let's say that the wastewater receive volume of 60 meter cube per day. So the wastewater must do the treatment. Okay, number 5, an effluent containing contaminant, mostly metal, mercury, cadmium, okay, and the list goes. Kalau ada metal, so kena buat wastewater treatment. And lastly, number 6, an effluent containing oil and grease. Okay, irrespective of the load of oil and grease discharge. Okay, so for regulation number 3, application. So we have 6 items in this regulation. Okay, application. So in order for the wastewater to be treated or not, all the 6 items, or either one of the 6 items must be more than, let's say, 6 kg per day, okay, and more than 60 meter cube per day. So kalau ada any of these 6 items melebihi nilai yang ditetapkan, so kena buat treatment. Let's say kalau semua ni tak reach certain limit yang ditetapkan, so no need to do wastewater treatment. Okay, do you understand? Out of 6 item here, kalau semua 6 item ni dia tak reach the value, so no need to do wastewater treatment. But kalau any one of the 6 item reach the value stated here, so the wastewater must do treatment. Okay, let's say item 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 data reach the value, but the wastewater contain metals. Okay, dia ada satu je yang which is they contain metals, so kena buat walaupun yang the rest not exceed the limit. Okay, ada satu je tick, so kena buat wastewater treatment.